This is LaGhetto. I don't know how else to describe this other than it's a Busby gun shoved inside a Nerf gun shell. It's a Busby Rangemaster that is held in by friction and tape. It's held in by tape and friction into a recon shell. But this thing's loud. Alright, let's put a dart in. Pump it. That's like, what, 10 times? Just move it over here. Be like, damn it! Let's do it again. Whoa. It shoots elite darts. Somewhat. Let's see. Sometimes it doesn't want to accept the dart. So you just gotta shove it in. Then yeah, sometimes it loses friction and then it pops out. But there, the dart doesn't pop out like that. The Rangemaster does. And it loses friction sometimes. It pops out. Elite darts don't fire that well in this thing because they are too thin. So you gotta use these Busby ones. They are actually really thick. But LaGhetto is really badass. That wasn't badass, but you get my point. The Rangemaster doesn't really have any mods besides the AR removal, and the AR isn't even in Restrictor. It's more of a dart post. See this? The Rangemaster is really picky with its darts. Some of them you can use, some of them you can't. So the ones that you can't, you gotta really shove in there. Now let's see if I can find an elite dart that fits. This one fits. You can see there's an elite dart in there. And we're gonna shoot at the wall. Boom. So it has to have a tight fit. I guess you can make Steffens, but not with the normal stuff. You gotta use really thick foam. But on its own, it looks like a really shitty painted recon, because this looks like it's a plunger tube, but it is a plunger tube, just not for a reverse plunger. I don't know what else there is to say besides it is a Rangemaster held in by friction and tape, and a Raider trigger that was modified for this because the recon trigger does not work. You cannot put clips in it. Here's the one that came with the recon. I mean, you can probably modify the clip as a dart holder or something, but you can definitely. No, thing's badass. Just shove it in. Let's turn it towards the mirror. Alright, and then I'm gonna try to fire it. Yeah. This is one of the finicky darts. Yeah. It's pretty damn strong. So, that's the LaGhetto. I have a write-up on it to put it inside a Raider shell. It works a lot better in the Raider shell, but I currently do not have a Dremel to Dremel out a loading door. And hot glue apparently doesn't work with this, so I have to go buy some epoxy. But for now, it's going to be in my Recon shell. And for now, it's going to be called the LaGhetto. If you want to build a LaGhetto yourself, it's actually a lot easier to build than the one inside the Raider shell. Yeah, I'm just firing darts everywhere. This is too much fun. If you want to build one inside the LaGhetto shell, go ahead. All you have to do is grind out some of the plastic holding in the plunger tube, and then put it in, and then modify a Raider trigger to fit. That was better. Yeah, sometimes it gets pushed forward, and then the trigger cannot deactivate the firing pin. But that's the LaGhetto. I painted this when I was 12. That was like 3 years ago. And I don't know. It looks shitty. It looks ghetto. And like, if the paint job's not enough, it's also the fact that I shoved the Busby gun into this. Yeah. But the Rangemaster is a really cool gun. Except the shell is really, really shitty. I show you. Here's the shell for the Rangemaster. It looks really fucking retarded. Bolt action. This, like, it's comfortable, but even if it's comfortable, it still feels like it's gonna break. The plastic's really, really brittle compared to like a Nerf gun. And you know, which one has more quality put into it? This thing or this thing? This thing! You know? And what's even worse is that the little orange tip right here is a one-piece thing. So it's hard to pry apart. Oops! But, overall it's a pretty decent blaster, if I do say so myself. This Elite Dart's finicky. Yeah, this one's finicky. This one doesn't want to go in. Just gonna use a different one. Yeah, sometimes they're finicky, sometimes they're not. It's just a matter of the right time and day. Busby darts will be finicky as well, but these things are awesome. Whoa. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's awesome. So, you want to build one? Links in links in the description. It's not going to be in the Recon shell, it's going to be in the Raider shell. It's going to look a lot better too. But here's the LaGhetto.